Hi everybody, I'm Jack Jinseki, and joining me today is Aelia.
Hello.
So, Aelia, what kind of content do you like to make?
Um, I like to make a lot of FPS over like kind of Overwatch, Valorant.
Hmm.
Actually, a lot of just variety. I stream way too much content. But I have been getting really into gacha lately, and
Hmm.
like spending my money on gacha has been kind of my biggest op recently. So,
Nice. Do you have a favorite gotcha game?
Genshin.
Genshin.
Okay, there's actually a little bit of lore behind that. I used to hate Genshin with like a passion, and then I ended up going. Oh man. Okay, so I ended up going from Honkai Star Rail to Genshin. It's man. Okay, it definitely used to not be Genshin. That's for sure.
Well,
Um.
if you don't mind me asking, because here's the
mm,
thing, I know literally nothing about gotcha.
Oh
what
no.
what what
Okay,
exact what exactly is it? Is it like an RPG or something?
it's a something. Um, it's in the definition of like mm, gotcha is like a broad spectrum. Okay, so like
Yeah.
we have Honkai Star Rail, we have Wuthering Waves, we have all of those that are gotcha. It's basically like games that you have to pay money, and you're not guaranteed the character that you're like paying money for. That's what a gotcha is.
Well, I
But
I know about the
Genshin
got. Yeah, sorry.
itself,
Yeah.
Genshin itself is like a world explorer. Just I don't want to say fighting game because I don't think it's technically a fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
Basically basically adventure, and you have like the story plot you adventure on in, and you have fun.
Hmm. But is it like an RPG, that kind of thing?
RPG. Okay, I'm gonna be really honest with you. I know I'm a gamer, but I don't understand the difference between RPG and all that shit.
An RPG in
I
this
know
case,
MMO.
it would be like Final Fantasy. You have your characters on the left side of the screen, the baddies on the right, and there's a little dialogue box at the bottom that says fight or defend or do any number of various things, and then you fight
No,
the other people.
no. So if you ever think of, have you ever played Zelda, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild?
No, I haven't played that, but I
God,
yeah.
okay. That was my
So,
best.
are you
That was
gonna?
my best way to explain it.
Okay, so you okay, so it's like you have your character on the screen and you just press the buttons and maybe button mash if you're not experienced, and
I
then
got it.
kill the other people.
I got the definition from Google.
Okay.
It's a it's it's an open world action role playing game.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if that's super helpful, but I'm going
Uh,
I'm going I'm just gonna roll with it, I think.
oh, okay.
uh,
You know what? We tried. But yeah, so I've been really I've been really into Genshin and stuff like that. So
nice. Would you believe I've never played a Zelda game?
honestly, yeah, probably.
There are people out there who I will say I've never played a Zelda game, and it will just be like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I didn't grow up with any consoles. I grew up with a PC. Zelda ain't on the PC.
That's true, but a lot of games that are on console are on PC too.
Yeah, I'm sure that
Cause
I'm sure I can buy a Zelda game now on Steam. I just didn't grow up with it.
that's true. That's true. You never had like a DS or anything like that?
No, the first console I ever owned was a Nintendo Wii, and I was already basically an adult by that point.
Oh my god, you didn't have a DS?
Nope.
Oh, that was my life. I used to play with the DS a lot.
Nice. What was your
That was my
favorite game?
childhood. Oh my god. On DS, Zelda. Probably. It was probably Zelda, Link's Awakening
Mm-hmm.
or Majora's Mask. I
Mm,
liked both of those.
yeah. I remember when I first saw advertisements for the Game Boy, and I
Oh
think it was
god.
I think it was the Game
Game
Boy
Boy.
Color. I think it was the Game Boy Color came out when I was a
You're
child. I'd have to double check. Hold on.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
god, you're
do.
aging me. You're aging me.
Hold on. Game Boy Color.
Game Boy
Oh,
Color.
yep. It was released in 1998. That would have been when I was a kid.
It was 1998 when that was released.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
hold on now. Let's see when the original Game Boy was released.
Probably like 19. I want to say 90
Like, yeah,
or
it would have
80,
been.
80
Uh,
something. 80. It was like 87 or 89, something
yeah, it
like
was
that.
89.
89. Got it.
Holy
I
cow!
almost said it.
And like when you were a kid, stuff like that, it just seemed like magic, didn't it? Like,
No, like actually, cause like, dude, my mom always goes, "I'm older than Google," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's true.
you literally are.
You literally are." Um, but like when I was growing up, a lot of the stuff was like, it's, it's so like, it was definitely a new world. That's for sure. I'm like trying
Mm.
to find the wording. Definitely a new world, and I'm like, how does this even work? This tiny little screen.
There was something like they had like it was a Walkman, but it had a microphone
Mm-hmm.
on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was called a Talkman or something like that, or a Talk Boy, or
Oh. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
that was huge because for whatever reason, the ability to record your own voice on a thing, it wasn't super
Yeah.
common back then. Nowadays, we have
No.
microphones literally everywhere. You can record your voice
I
anywhere.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to look this up, but I'm pretty sure I was born before the first smartphone.
Hmm. The first smartphone would have been the early 2000s, I think. That would have been the first iPhone. Yeah. First generation iPhone was
1994. So
no
I was
no
a baby.
no. The first iPhone was 2007.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I was older then.
Yeah, no,
But yeah,
but they had cell
my
phones
mom always
before
used to
that.
tell me stories about it. My
Yeah.
mom used to always tell me stories about like when I was younger, because I
Mhm.
was born in 2004. I don't mind saying this.
Okay. Yep.
Uh, the first ever like memories I have of my mom saying stuff was of like her always talking about those stupid phones with like the cords that would go across the room.
Yes.
Like that was what she used to talk to me about, and I'm like, I'm so glad I don't know what a phone is.
Oh yeah, no. I used to use one of those. The cords, the way that the cords were is they were spiral shaped so that they could stretch and go back, and
Hmm.
then those spiral shapes they would get all mangled up and they would look all wrong, and they were very difficult to work with.
Yeah, that's what my mom always used to say. And like they would have like a connecting, so like all of the phones in the house had the same line. So if somebody else picked up a phone in the house, they could hear you.
Yes, that was actually after my time, but then again, I think I only had one phone in the house at that point.
Hmm.
But yeah, no,
Mm.
it
Oh, okay.
but that did used to be a thing.
Scary, man.
Hmm.
Like I
Technology
think
has.
about. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Finish your thought.
I was gonna say I think about like what technology is now versus like what it is like literally not even like I almost said 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And I'm like,
Yes,
whoa. You know?
yes, and even before that,
Hmm.
just 10 years before that, I think was an even bigger difference. I think that the difference in technology from about 1995 ish to like
Mm-hmm.
2005 is like the biggest technological gap I think that humanity has ever
Uh-huh.
seen.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. Sorry.
Anyway, uh,
Mm-hmm.
we are in the middle of an interview. I think. What made?
Are we?
Oh
Sorry.
God.
I get
Oh no.
off track sometimes. I'm sorry.
No, 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 no. It's fine. It's fine. I like going off the rails. Uh, it's my bread and butter. What made you want to be a VTuber?
Oh God, this question. Okay. I was a VTuber back before it was cool.
Well,
I started my I started my journey back in 2020,
yep.
back whenever it wasn't big, back whenever everything wasn't like super known and widespread like it is now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I didn't have like a VTuber model back then, so technically I wasn't considered a VTuber. But if you think about it nowadays, like how much we consider VTubers, like PNG tubers and all that,
Mm-hmm.
I was technically a VTuber.
Yes.
Um, I was like corpse husband, but woman.
Mm.
And what made me want to put like a persona out there was like I kept seeing like videos of corpse husband and all that back then, and I was like, a faceless streamer actually big? Like I want that. And like so I went off and I researched a bunch of stuff, and I was very big into the anime scene back then, and I was like, I want to be an anime woman on the internet. And so I looked into how to do that, and I had my first ever artist draw up like a mock sketch of me. I sent them like a picture of me IRL and was like, "Can you do this but anime style?" And luckily they were my best friend at the
Mm.
time. So they didn't get too mad at me, thankfully. Um they were like, "I'm never going to do this again for you." But they it was very fun. And then I
Mm.
ended up finding a bunch of like oh, it was so outdated back then. There was like this app that I forget what it was called, and it rigged your art. Like it didn't make it like how rigging is nowadays, right? Because
Mm.
rigging nowadays is so improved. But
Yes.
like back then, I like researched the hell out of it, and so eventually I came across my very first VTuber model, and it was just me statically moving. So and something that I've always wanted to do was just make people happy and stream. And I've always wanted to be a streamer since before I was like young. I was like 11 when I first thought about being a streamer because that's when I first got into it. And then COVID happened, and I was like, oh my god, life is ending. Um, and so I wanted to be a streamer, and I did a lot of things. I've always been an introvert, but I've always also really loved making people happy and smile. So I went into this kind of dreaming of a space that people can be happy in and enjoy.
Mm.
Excuse me.
So, I know that you talked about the creating your first character bit, but what was the process for creating your current character?
Oh, okay. So this is probably by the time this video comes out, it'll already be out.
Mm.
But this is not my model.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pre-made model, right?
Mm.
This is a model by Akizone made Prism. So I don't know the backstory of this model.
Mm.
However, the model that I'm currently working on and that this one is heavily inspired off of is a journey. So back 2 years ago, I got into this really big group of friends who we were all like Dragon Eastern Asia inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Eastern Asia. And so I got into that friend group, and we were like kind of just vibing. And at the time I'm gonna dead my name myself, which is fine. At the time I was Cherry Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a cherry blossom tree at the time. And it was a very big leap going from pink to yellow. But I hate the color yellow, and I've always hated the color yellow. So I went to my art papa, who unfortunately is not going to be able to make my art anymore, but I'm so sad.
Mm.
Um, but he and I got together. We sat down for like a good 3 hours at
Mm.
the start of last year. I think it was like January of last year. January? No, 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 no. It was August of last year. I sat down with him and I said, "Hey, I don't like the color pink. I love you and I love what we've done for the last 5, 6 years, but I don't like the color pink." And I finally told him that after years of like antagonizing myself over it.
Mm.
And so I told him, I was like, I want to create something that is me, something that I myself can look on and smile at and have fun with. And so we sat down for an hour, and the process, well, no, for hours, the process of making a VTuber model is crazy. Um, so first we got our ideas together, and I told him everything that like I wanted to represent and everything like that. And so he came back with like this really in-depth sketch, and I was like, this took you an hour? And so he came back with the first sketches of her, and I was like, you know what? We're doing it. This is gorgeous. Eastern Asia, air goddess, we're doing it. And then somehow it went from air and like wind to sun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that happened. I think something came up about like the color yellow, and we were just kind of throwing ideas, and we were like pitching ideas to each other and throwing them back and forth. And I was finally just like, yellow. No, actually, okay. He asked what my favorite color was because I had said something about not liking the color pink, and
Yeah.
so he asked me what my favorite color was. I think at some point after the sketching was done, and so we came up with the color yellow. Because at that point,
Oh,
my model was gonna be blonde. Like we already knew that my model was gonna be blonde instead of pink haired or black haired. We already decided that.
I was confused. I thought that you said you didn't like yellow. I was like, huh?
No, no, no. I love yellow. I love the
Oh,
color yellow.
okay, okay,
Yellow,
okay.
yellow and blue.
Nice.
So we got into the nitty and gritty of it and just scrubbed everything down to surface level and then built back up.
Hmm.
And so after we got the sketchings done, and I had scourged through so many arts, so many like Pinterest boards.
Hmm.
I know, don't use Pinterest, guys. It's horrible. It's a horrible place. Twitter. I I went deep. I delved deep into like stuff that I liked, and gave sent it all to my model papa, and so we designed her, and now she's taken off the ground, and we're getting her going.
Nice.
TLDR, basically.
So, I know that you mentioned being interested in this question. Do you have any
Mm.
lore?
Oh God, we're gonna be here forever. I do have lore. Would you like to hear it?
I would love to hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna TLDR it because it's very long.
Okay.
I wrote a Google Doc and it's almost 30 pages long. That's how long it is. And it's 14 point font. So, over 50,000 words of lore. TLDRing it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I am a. So, if you ever like got really big into like. I need to stop moving her. If you ever really got big into like what's it called? The Chinese lore and all that of
Mm-hmm.
like VTubing. I originally originated from a Chinese website. And so I really wanted to incorporate that into my lore. And
Mm-hmm.
so I am a Chinese inspired dragon who, if you, your viewers might know more about this than you because I don't know. Um, if you've ever read Heaven's Official Blessing or watched the anime,
I
if
have
you
not.
you haven't, okay, I figured. Um,
What is that supposed to mean?
you're on the
I
you're on
know,
the
I know, I
older end, okay? You're on the older end,
know.
okay?
I know, I'm just kidding.
So she in Heaven's official blessing, you have to ascend to be a god. Like you start out as human, you start off life, you live your life, and then you either become a spirit of hell or you become um a heaven's official heavenly official. Frick,
Mm-hmm.
why did I forget what that word was? You either become a heavenly official or a hell's spirit. And
Mm-hmm.
so I wanted to kind of go off of the heavens position because my art papa at the time was actually going to be my lore father. Like he no, he actually is my lore father. Like in lore, he found me as a child in the eastern parts of the desert. Which is why I'm so yellow and I have a lot of rugged parts to me. And on my official model, I have scales.
Hmm.
So a lot of that came from being in the desert, and the scales are a representation of the hardships and the it's kind of like mud on your body, you know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
And so it kind of dictates the amount of hardships she went through as a child, and then going from meeting him and then training under him as swordship a sword woman, who then went on to life to become and pass all of the heavenly trials to become a heavenly official. And after becoming a heavenly official, she lost contact with her father right before she passed her last trial, because there's trials and temptations in the heavenly sphere. And so when she passed all her trials to go up and ascend to be the god, to be a lower god, because there's lower god, there's different tiers, okay? There's lower, middle, and then upper god.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she passed her trials to become a lower god, she lost contact with her father. And at the time, her father was a heavenly official who was on the upper tier. And so he was a very well-known god. He was very big in heaven and was very um uh he was a very big god, right?
Mm-hmm.
His name is Sol, which means sun.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she became a god, is she wanted to represent the sun and the sky
Hmm.
and sunshine, basically. And so after learning that her father got cast out of heaven and down into hell, she went on this very depressive episode, for better word, for lack of better
Mm-hmm.
word of it. And so she went down down to earth and spent her about like 30, 40 years of solitude in a church,
Hmm.
just sitting in solitude. And so she went through extra trials and extra temptations because she wanted to go down to hell and go meet her father,
Hmm.
because she hadn't seen him since she was like 5. And heavenly officials live very long lives. My character is about 480 years old
Mm-hmm.
officially, but
Yeah.
don't ask her. She'll say she's 22. Uh, she will get mad at you. Uh, so she went down into earth and decided to live amongst the people so that way she could redo her trials and temptations, not realizing that that's not how it works. She still had a lot of followers and follow people who followed her. And I'm trying to this next part is not out yet, but I'm gonna you guys get first sneak peek. Um when she went down to earth, she met a person. And this person told her that if she decided that she wanted to go down fully and go to hell and be a part of whatever and meet her dad, that she could do that. And her dad is the king of hell. Okay, he's he has gone on his in these 300 years. He has decided that he wants to run hell. He wants to, and this is not my lore, so I'm trying my best to speak on it in a
Okay.
way that is understandable.
Hmm.
Um, he has become like hell's god. He is the god of hell, and so she decides that she's going down, and that is what this outfit is on that I have on.
Hmm.
This is her human outfit, which is why she doesn't have a tail. But she goes down and she becomes a servant of the god of hell. And I think that's all I could say for now because the rest is all not published. But
Uh,
yeah.
cool. So, uh, what's your favorite moment from being a VTuber?
Oh gosh. My favorite moment? I have so many. Oh my. Okay.
Name a
I think
few
this
if
is
you
like the
need to.
hardest this was like the hardest question whenever you send them to me that I was like looking over. I was like, "Oh, this is the hardest one." Um I'd have to say meeting my Oshi.
Hmm.
Um so I can't really talk about it because it's NDA, but
Gotcha.
I have met some of the most amazing people on like that have ever existed, and they are so fucking sweet and adorable.
Nice.
So that would be my number one. Some other favorites I have are going to cons and meeting fans. I have
Hmm.
been recognized at
Really?
TwitchCon. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, oh my god, why do you recognize me?
That's awesome. So wait, how
So
did they recognize you if you're a VTuber? Did
I cosplayed my character, and
Gotcha.
somebody knew who I was and was like, oh, "Are you?" At the time, I was Cherry. They go, oh, "Are you Cherry?" I go, Yes, that's me. Hi, hello." And then they go, "I love her content so much." And then they just started like talking about everything that I was, not realizing that I was the actual streamer behind Cherry Blossom. And I was like, so that was definitely one of my better moments, and that I had. Oh my god, I literally went back to my hotel room and went to my best friend, and I sobbed my eyes out. I was like, she recognized me, she loved me. That was definitely the I made it moment. Definitely.
Nice.
Another one. Um, Another one was kind of just everyday streams. I'm like I love streaming. I love making people smile and laughing with my chat, and that is definitely something that I love. So if that doesn't make it into my favorite moments, it doesn't. Nothing else deserves to be there.
Nice. Okay. What makes you unique as a VTuber?
Nothing.
Fair enough.
Being okay, I'm okay. I'm gonna put it this way: being a VTuber is not unique. There are so many VTubers. Being yourself makes you unique, and I think that is what like people need to start doing is just being themselves.
Hmm.
Being a VTuber, I mean, yeah, I'm a VTuber, but like I'm also more so myself. And definitely now that I've switched from Cherry Blossom to Aelia, I've definitely become more myself and opened up that like
Well, I suppose
uh
in that vein, what do you, if I was approaching your channel for the first time ever, what do you
mm,
think would be the thing that makes you stand out from the other channels?
I think probably being real.
Hmm.
A lot of people nowadays are they put on a persona, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's fine. That's what you want to do, right? But being real is so hard to find nowadays, and just goofiness. I feel like so many people are so serious.
Mm-hmm.
At least people I've met, they're so serious, and I'm like, be crazy. I
Nice.
think the overall energy, probably, if that's what your question is.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, what do you hope to accomplish through your channel?
A safe space. I've said this so many times to
Mm,
everybody that ever asks this question. Having a safe space for people to come in and enjoy life and just have fun, you
mm,
know, be yourself, be whoever you want to be, and have that spot to just joke, laugh, make fun of, you know.
mm-hmm.
I mean, people who come into my chat, they're all like, "Oh, you bully your chat. Oh, your chat bullies you." I'm like, "Yeah, that's how I like it. I want them to have fun and enjoy coming in and laughing with me. I don't want them to feel rigid. I
Mm,
want them to come in and say, "Hi, oh my god, Aelia. I did this today." And I'm like, "Oh my god, you did that? That's so fucking cool." You know, like
mm.
I'm number one hype girl for real.
Nice. So, you may have personal insight since you already said that you met your Oshi into this next question. What would you talk about with your favorite VTuber?
Okay, this question I looked over and I was like, "Oh, I don't know how I would answer that." But I think I've finally gotten how I would answer that.
Mm-hmm.
When okay, you gotta remember your Oshi or your favorite VTubers, they are people.
Yep.
Um, I mean, obviously, like, you'll have fun and stuff like that. And I definitely did clam up a little bit, but
Of
just
course.
being yourself. And I think my favorite moment of meeting my Oshi was talking to her about like our shared interests.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because when I'm nervous, I go on tangents, and so I went on this very long tangent, and she just sat there staring at me, and I was like, oh. But definitely, I definitely created a very strong friendship that I think will last forever. Just
Nice.
talking about your interests. That's just yeah. I
Awesome.
don't have like a specific conversation that I would talk to her about, but
Mm.
yeah.
So, what might you see a VTuber doing that would instantly make you want to watch them?
Probably playing gotcha.
Well,
I like rooting for people.
I have excellent news for you. There are a lot of people who play gotcha.
There are. I've met so many VTubers at TwitchCon that play gotcha, and I've definitely friended a bunch through the time. Um, either okay, going away from like actual gaming though,
Mm-hmm.
kind of just engaging with chat.
Mm,
I don't. I feel lonely whenever people don't engage with chat, and
mm.
I'm like, I don't want to watch you anymore.
It it never ceases to amaze me that there are people, they'll play games and they'll just kind of
Mhm.
sit there and they won't talk at all. And
Yeah,
all I can think is, what? Why are you here?
yeah,
Don't.
exactly. It's like, why are you streaming? Like at that point, just go play the game.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah, you can do it, of course, but I mean, what
Yeah, of course.
are you? How much can you really be getting out of it at that point? I don't know.
How much are your viewers enjoying you? Is the question I think, because
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get the viewers that do love just talking and like being around people and just talking to a wall. Like you get those people because when you're a bigger VTuber, there is definitely a lot of chat you miss, right?
Yeah, of course.
But there you could still engage without like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm struggling for words.
I mean, there are limitations onto how much you can engage the bigger you get, but you can still engage, and it's sort of like it's
Mhm.
make sure that the audience doesn't feel like they're just totally they're just
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, and I'm not meaning like engage with every single person's chat. Like
No.
that's a lot of work. I don't even do that, and I have like maybe 10 people in my chat at once. Like it's I put it this way, okay? Imagine 10 people come into your room right now.
Hmm.
Imagine 15 people. Imagine 100 people. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
you're not gonna sit there and have a conversation with all of them talking at you at once, right?
Hmm.
That's a lot of noise.
I
But
barely
you
managed
can
just one.
That's so real. uh, but you can still engage with chat and like just be like, "Oh yeah." Um like take me for example, when I play
Hmm.
Overwatch, I talk about like what I'm doing. I'm a teacher, right? I like
Hmm.
teaching things. And like so I'll explain like what I'm doing and I'll engage with chat and I'll ask if they ask questions, I'll answer their questions if I see it or like stuff like that.
Hmm.
And like my chat bullies me a lot. I think we talked about that.
Yes.
I have my chat in a cage. They're in a cage on my screen.
Hmm.
Um so well, they'll always be like making jokes about how I should let them out of the cage and like stuff like that. It's just like small dumb moments, you know?
Yeah,
You don't have to constantly engage, but something for chat.
of course. So,
I also have stuff in the works for presents for chat.
nice. So, when do you most often watch streamers?
I don't sit down and watch streamers.
There you go.
Not anymore. Not anymore. I used to all the time. Like I said, a lot of people nowadays they don't engage with chat, and so I just stopped opening up Twitch at one point because I
Hmm.
was like, it just doesn't feel fun to watch anymore.
Hmm.
Like back in 2021, 2022, when everything was first getting all big and stuff, there was definitely so many more people
Hmm.
um that were like engaging and just talking. And so when you're silent and you're just playing Overwatch or you're just playing Valorant or you're just playing Honkai Star Rail or Genshin or whatever you may be playing, right? It gets boring because you're like, well, I could just go play that game. So I get bored. I have ADHD, so
Hmm. It may be the case that things. I think that because of 2020, the way that lots of
Mhm.
entertainment related things kind of blew up, I think that
Yeah.
perhaps maybe it's now sort of contracting back to a more natural
Mhm.
state where the people who do the most talking and are the most entertaining will kind of just float to the top a little bit more rather than there
Yeah,
just being
definitely.
tons and tons of people who are just trying to get in on the action right this second.
Yeah, definitely. That
Mm.
is definitely something that I have noticed as well. Um, a lot of VTubers I watch are more smaller ones.
Mm.
And like I said, I don't open Twitch. I watch VODs.
Mm.
Um, and I'll watch like clips of VODs and stuff. And somebody I've been really watching recently, like I'll see them go live. They are so interactive.
Mm-hmm.
And so they really made me stick around, definitely.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So, uh, what advice would you give to someone who wants to be an entertainer?
Don't be down. Like, you're gonna start off. I know that sounds weird saying don't be downed. You're gonna start off with nobody. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
start off talking to yourself. You're gonna start off talking to a wall. Um, I think the biggest thing is just to keep going, keep encouraging yourself and being like, I can do this.
Mm.
Like, because for 3 years straight, I had 2 viewers. Okay, it it does get better. It does open up a wall for you. Even if you feel like it doesn't, you will get bigger. And sometimes even streaming isn't just for everybody. Um like I said, engaging with your chat. I think that's like been our whole focal point this whole entire time. Just keep engaging, keep smiling, keep laughing.
Mm.
People like energy. They like being around energetic people.
Mm.
And that's something that I tell everybody because I'm a talent manager. I manage people. I don't know if you know that about me.
I did not
Um
know that.
yeah, I'm a talent manager for a few VTuber groups.
Wow.
Um so something I always tell my talents is you see that number, Even if it's just a one, that's one viewer that's invested in you, and that should make you smile. That should make you happy, because that means one person is excited and ecstatic to see you stream, and that's one person that's watching you because they love you, right?
Mm.
And that number might go up. It might be 5, it might be 10. And even if it's only at 1 for the longest time, that is somebody that you can make smile, and you should.
Mm. Man, it would be crazy to have 10 people watching.
I'm not gonna talk about my average. I
we're
think I
we're
get
not we're not
just
gonna
above 10.
we're not gonna discuss numbers here.
Exactly.
That
It's
is
not about numbers.
yeah, it's
That's my
not.
whole point here. It's not about numbers.
I hate talking numbers. I think that because the thing is that it's not, to me it's not about numbers. It's
Uh-huh.
about what you get out of it personally, and I get
Agreed,
quite a
yeah.
lot out of it personally. Because the thing is that if you reach 10 viewers, you're just gonna think about what it will be like when you have 20 viewers. If you
Mhm.
train yourself to think about the numbers in that way, it will never be enough ever.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just my thought. Uh,
No, I completely agree with you. Those were nods of agreement. I
so,
don't like talking about numbers either.
hmm,
Um, I like talking about analytic numbers, but that's with my group of people, you know.
yeah,
But like engagement and stuff like that, you're let's be honest, Twitch has such a messed up ratio, right? It's gonna
I don't know
be
what's going on
fine.
with
You're
Twitch.
gonna be okay. You know? That's just like my number one advice to people. You're gonna be okay. Just
Yeah,
keep smiling. Keep going. That one viewer, they're gonna be there for the rest of your life.
yeah.
Trust me. I have a viewer that has known me since 2020, and they literally are in my streams 24/7. I'm like, "Do you have a life?" But just even if they're at work, like you're gonna find people that do want to be with you
Hmm,
and laugh with you and watch your content, and that's the most amazing thing about streaming, right?
hmm. Absolutely,
You get to reach people and make them smile.
absolutely.
Hmm.
So, uh, what was the first anime you feel really connected with you?
Okay, this is a very oldie but a goodie, and everybody disses me for it because nobody knows what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a movie, and it's called In This Corner of the World. It's about a young girl who goes from living with their family, and she gets engaged in a I okay, so at first she gets kidnapped, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's very foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not very apparent in the anime because it's very, oh my god, wait, that just happened. So the first opening scene is her getting kidnapped, and then she finds her family again, and when she goes back, she finds out that she is forced to marry a man who is going off to war in a year.
Oh.
And in the anime, and I know this seems so depressing, I'm sorry,
Oh, no, no,
but
no,
in
it's
the
fine.
anime, it's so good because her growth, it's a 2 hour long anime movie, by the way. That's a very long anime movie.
Yeah.
Um it is so good, and it shows her growth and her ability to continue to smile and to continue to laugh with people and make friends. And it even once he comes back from war, she's still being herself, even though she's in an engagement with a man she did not know before now.
Mm.
And it is such a good anime, and I do suggest you watch it.
Mm.
The While it does have some dark themes, it's not apparent. Like I watched that anime when I was 12,
Mm. And anime
and that
has a
was definitely
anime has a
sorry.
great anime has a great way of being able to convey things that really emotionally resonate with people. Like,
No, for real. A lot of anime do.
yeah, like I recently this past year I watched Violet Evergarden. If you've ever seen that,
Yes.
I mean,
Yes. Emotionally, anime is like so healing and so, oh my god, wait, like when I first started watching anime, I watched it for the cool, cute anime girls. I'm no better than a man, I'm sorry. But um going more in depth into the anime and like being emotionally connected to a lot of anime that I am connected to, it's like, oh my god, especially as you get older, because I definitely did not get in this corner of the world whenever I first watched it. Like, I didn't understand it. I was like, oh, this is a cute anime, I liked it. But then I rewatched it when I turned 19 and I was like, that's what that was.
well, I mean, when you're a kid, you watch the kids stuff. You watch Dragon Ball or Sailor
I did not.
Moon or what's it? Oh,
I
the
don't
big ones,
recommend this.
Naruto, One Piece. You can name them all. You know you've
I
heard of
don't
all of them.
recommend this to anybody who may be younger. I do not recommend this. But my very first anime was Seven Deadly Sins.
Hey, season one was okay. I liked season one. It kind of gets a little after that. Just a little bit. It kind of falls
I
off a
watched the
cliff.
entirety of I watched the entirety of Seven Deadly Sins when I was
Well,
younger
why?
because I didn't understand. Like that's like the biggest thing. Like you don't understand it,
Oh God.
oh
But it was
man.
the scene with the abs didn't wasn't enough for you.
Okay,
That
but have you seen Fairy Tale? Okay, they say, oh, that's a kids anime. Have you seen it? It is not a kids anime.
I actually haven't seen Fairy Tale. I've seen a lot of shonen. I've seen a lot of shonen in my time.
Okay, there's literally a guy who strips every 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
And then the main character has his shirt off the entire time with his abs showing.
Yeah.
And then
Well, no,
the main girl
I
is
was
thirsted after by the entire
I was just
people.
talking about during the Seven Deadly Sins, the animation budget ran out, and so there was like this. There's this still that kind of makes its way around from that show of
Oh,
the main
mhm.
character, his abs, and they look all mangled because it was just so off model. It was terrible.
No, I remember that. That was like a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. That was before the latest season,
Wait, is Seven
but I
Deadly
don't
Sins
watch
is
it
still
anymore.
going?
Yeah, they have a
I
lot of spin-offs.
I didn't even know that.
So
How?
the
I mean,
newest,
it's been universally like everybody was like, "Oh, it's terrible." How is it
yeah.
still
So
going?
it went on for 4 or 5 seasons. I want to say 5 seasons, and then they made like 8 different movies,
Mm,
which I think the newest movie just came out last year,
mm,
and then they made a spin-off series of Seven Deadly Sins. It's not Seven Deadly Sins, but
mm,
it's like a spin-off of it where it's the same world building
mm-hmm.
and it's like I haven't watched it yet, so I can't speak much on it, but it goes more into the 10 Commandments.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So, which anime had the best music?
The best music? Sword Art Online. People people will bitch at me so much for that. But let's be honest, we all be rocking out to that opener.
I know that Sword Art Online gets a bad rap. I've never actually seen it myself. But it is one of those anime that sort of introduced a lot of people to anime.
Mhm.
Uh,
It is, yeah.
it's when I think of like an anime that I didn't care for, but had a an opening that far exceeded the show itself. Solo Leveling, the first opening to Solo
Oh,
Leveling, is
Yes.
a certified bop. The show itself I don't care
Yes.
about at all. it the it was kind of disappointing because the first episode of the show is pretty good, and then it just kind of like the main character becomes boring. I don't know. Uh,
Yeah.
anyway, if you could go to an anime convention tomorrow, whom would you cosplay as?
Um, I don't know if you know this about me, but I do love cosplaying. I
Mm-hmm.
think my next big cosplay I want to do is probably somebody from Hazbin Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to do Lucifer,
Mm-hmm.
but also I feel like my body type fits um fits somebody like Charlie or Angel Dust better.
Okay.
So definitely somebody from Hazbin Hotel though would be my next cosplay.
Hmm.
Um but my past cosplays have included a lot of people from My Hero Academia,
Mm-hmm.
um a lot from Naruto. I did Hinata at one point, and I do really want to bring her back.
Hmm. So wait, who would you say is your favorite that you've ever done?
My my favorite cosplay I've ever done,
Mm-hmm.
Shinzo from My Hero Academia. I did a punk version of him where it wasn't like his actual outfit, and it was just pieces of my own clothing put together and then his wig. It was so
Uh,
easy, so quick, and I loved it.
remind me, who's Shinzo?
Uh,
I'm not good with names in anime. Is he the kid with the halvesies haircut, the
no,
red and white?
that's Todoroki.
I don't
That's
know.
Todoroki. He's not in the main class. He doesn't come in until like season 5.
Oh, okay. Then I probably don't know him.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Oh,
Okay, if here I'll give you my
I'll.
second favorite to cosplay from My Hero Academia is Bakugo or Todoroki. And I also really like Hawks, but you probably don't know Hawks because he also comes in season 5.
Oh no, shit! I recognize this guy. This is the guy that has the mind control ability, isn't it?
Yeah, the mind control ability. Yeah, I
Yes.
love cosplaying him.
Yeah.
And then definitely Hawks too. I love cosplaying Hawks.
Hmm. Awesome. So, when you go to that convention, what do you make a beeline for generally?
Merch.
So do you
I
go
love spending
to
my money.
do you go for Artist Alley
Alley.
first or?
Yeah, Artist Alley first. And then probably I don't know. I So at the last con I went to the yeah, probably Artist Alley. That's
Hmm.
my most that would be what I would go to first.
So do you? I know that there are lots of
Art.
people who do the convention circuits all the time. Do you know a lot of the artists there? Like you say hi or something like that?
There is one that I do say hi to and we have like full on conversations, but
Mm-hmm.
other than that, no. But that's because I know them on Discord and I met them through Discord and they were like, "I'm going here." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Nice. Okay, so I
hmm
have a feeling I know the answer to this one already, but which game did you have the most fun playing on stream?
Ooh, on stream.
Yes.
Probably. Oh, this is hard. Hold on, I have to think about my like games I have right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Dead by Daylight
Okay.
because I love being able to. Because in when you're playing Dead by Daylight, it's so easy to interact with chat.
Hmm.
But also Genshin.
There it is.
Dead by Daylight though, definitely one of my favorites.
Hmm.
And if I pull up like what games I have instead of just trying to go off of memory,
Mm-hmm.
I really love playing Lockdown Protocol on chat on stream too.
Nice.
Um, and then I love playing Marvel Rivals because my chat bullies me because I don't know how to play Marvel. And so I'm just sitting there bullying chat the entire time. And it's very fun. Very fun.
Nice. Yeah,
I
unfortunately,
love anything that has interaction bait. I'm sorry.
I did try playing Marvel Rivals a couple times, but the thing is, it totally
Mm.
bricks my computer. It's
Oh no.
yeah. I
I have
this
to become a PNG tuber for that.
yeah. Unfortunately, this computer is probably like it's like 10 years old now. I may need to get it
Oh no.
updated. Uh,
I stream on a laptop, so
ah. So now on to the more random questions. What's a song you can't
we love
help but
random.
dance to when you hear it?
Um, okay. I'm gonna get so much shit for this, but I'm a country girl. I love
Nice.
country songs. So honestly, anything country, but also recently, I'm not much of a dancer, but
Mm-hmm.
I definitely do really love hold on. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's by Alex Warren.
Mm-hmm.
Uh it's one of his newer ones. It's like hold on, I'm gonna look this up because I'm trying to figure out what the name is called. Oh,
Okay.
Eternity by Alex Warren. It
Okay.
makes like I sing it. I love it. So I'm not a dancer, I'm a singer.
Mm,
So yeah.
nice. And what's your favorite way to chill out?
Read. I read a lot of manhwa
Mm-hmm.
and webtoons
Nice.
and books. I read regular books too. My mom's like, "You need to read more paper books." I'm like, "I read them on my phone. It's good enough."
So do you feel like there's any distinct difference between reading on your phone and reading paperback?
Probably not. I feel like the biggest is comfortability.
Mm,
When I'm reading on my phone, I can lay in bed. When I'm reading in my paperback book, I can just sit outside on my hammock, which I love doing. But
mm-hmm.
paperback books are so expensive. Like I have Kindle Unlimited, so I get a lot of books free.
Mm,
And so I just pay like $15, which is like one book,
mm,
which is so much easier than buying like $15 per book I buy.
mm. So what's the strongest reaction you've ever had to a movie?
I cried during it.
During it?
People are like, yeah, people are like, why didn't you get scared? And I'm like, because have you seen how emotionally like damaged it is? Like
Mm.
there's uh, so many people think I'm weird. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. It's fine. I've never seen
hmm
it, so I don't know.
It's a
Like,
scary movie.
well, yeah, well, I know what it is.
Oh, okay, okay.
I mean, it's the Stephen King thing, and I know that
hmm
there are a couple of them. Are you talking about the more recent one or the one with Tim Curry?
The the recent one,
Hmm.
the I think personally the actor portrayed it so well, and they
Hmm.
really brought out all of the emotions that is like the character it and like Pennywise
Yeah.
as Pennywise, but also the amount of emotional like I felt this way during Insidious 2.
Hmm.
When I watched Insidious 2, I literally I get so emotional when people get emotional and I
Hmm.
cry because I'm like this is the best thing in the world. But I also really hate horror.
So when you get emotional, is it a response to like the protagonists going through something very difficult? Would you say?
um kind of. It's kind of like both because if you think about it like at the end of the day either the killer or the ghost, they're stuck.
Hmm.
Like, they're stuck in this loop. And most killers, and I'm not gonna say like IRL ones, I'm talking about fictional ones like Jason Voorhees and all that shit, like fictional ones,
Hmm.
right? Most of them are mentally ill. Like they're going through mental illnesses and when you're stuck in like this I have to do this or like so many killers have OCD, right?
Hmm.
And not many people notice it. Like if you think about it in a way, if you have you read any slasher book ever? the patterns that most slashers cut in, or how many or whatever, it is so OCD coded.
Mm.
And if you've ever heard about the Zodiac killer, that's a real killer.
Oh yeah, yes.
Um, he does the same thing. It's OCD coded, or
Well,
he, she, because people think that the Zodiac killer might have been a woman.
my understanding is they actually they found, or they have enough evidence that they feel they found the Zodiac killer,
Mm-hmm.
and he apparently died a
Mm-hmm.
few years ago. Uh,
There's a
he
lot
was
of theories,
messed up.
actually. There are a lot of theories. Yes, he's very messed up. I'm not like
Yeah.
saying, oh, what he did was right.
No, no, no.
Killing is not right, guys.
I mean, he did a lot of weird stuff. Like he went
Mm.
on bizarre rants about like how he's collecting slaves for the afterlife.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was he was a interesting character. Uh,
For a while there, before they ever caught him, they thought it might have been a woman because of um, just how delicate it was in the situation.
mm,
And like when you think about it, for a man to be that delicate with stuff like that, like
mm,
it's it's empathy that I feel,
mm.
which I shouldn't. I know, my bad. But
I
it's like
well,
I feel for them.
I think it's a matter of you want to understand, because I think that people have
Mm,
difficulty with the possibility that there are things that they can't understand about another human being.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
another thing is that, sorry?
oh no, no, keep going.
Another thing is that like a lot of people don't want to understand people. Like they just go out and they just, oh, this is a bad thing. I don't want to understand why you did this or what happened. Like understanding somebody is not the same as excusing it. And a lot of
Yeah,
people nowadays don't really feel like they they don't know how to separate things, you know?
yeah.
Like
I
understanding somebody and having empathy towards that person for whatever they've done and being like, "Oh, I I see why you did it. It wasn't right and you should pay
yeah,
for your crimes, but I see why," you know?
yeah.
And I think that stems from me myself because I do have a lot of mental illnesses and I am bipolar myself, which I don't mind leaving this in the VOD.
Mm,
Um I am bipolar, and so I do have that like similar thought process as most people, and like most people would. And bipolarness does not make you a killer. Before anybody says that in the comments,
mm. Oh no,
but it,
my closest friend in high school was bipolar, so I have
yeah,
some familiarity with it.
yeah. So I have that like sort of, not saying that I have a connection, but like you understand to a point, especially with the OCD and all that, and like this is why I'm talking about like fictional ones
Hmm.
because talking about real ones gets controversial,
Oh yeah.
but you understand, you know? And like whenever I cry cuz I'm like you're stuck in this like loop, you know? You're
Mm,
stuck in this time and this headspace that you can't get out of and you're not able to escape from it and it's sad. It saddens me that like people get stuck, you know?
mm,
And watching it definitely got me there too. Because it was both sides. It wasn't just the main characters going through a hard time. It wasn't just the clown. It was everyone in a whole. Like Pennywise is such a deep-seated character and most people don't most people don't try to understand it.
mm,
He is stuck in a childhood. Like he's stuck in his childhood. He can't escape it. And that's what makes him want. He goes after children because he wants to be a child. He
mm,
wants to feel understood. He wants to yeah.
mm.
I'm going on a tangent about this. Oh my god, I'm
No, it's
sorry.
okay. It's okay.
It's just like in the deep seated of things, everybody goes through shit.
Mm,
Even people who are deranged, you know?
mm, mm-hmm.
I just wish the world was more understanding and caring.
Uh, Unfortunately, that's one of the things about the world that isn't going to change anytime soon.
That is very true.
Uh,
Unfortunately, that is true.
uh, so, what's something wild that you've always wanted to try doing?
I'm introverted. I don't really like going out of my house, but I guess something that I've always wanted to do is kind of just not really wild, but I've always wanted to go out like to the countryside and cuz I used to ride horses when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go out to the countryside again and be able to like watch stars.
Hmm.
Like that's something that I've always wanted to do. But
So,
I'm not very extroverted, so I don't really want to go like bungee jumping or shit like
yeah.
that.
So I assume you're kind of like in a dense city area or something.
Oh yeah, I live in a
Yeah.
city.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I moved around a lot, so.
I live in southern New Hampshire, so I'm very
Oh
familiar
yeah.
with the night sky and all
hmm
that. Incidentally, also live around a lot of horseback riding. Uh,
Oh, I love that.
yeah, there you go. Uh,
I
s-
moved around a lot. I
yeah.
will say this: I was born in Louisiana,
Mm.
near French Quarter,
Near what?
near the French Quarter in New Orleans.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Hmm.
hmm
Yeah.
I wasn't born in the French Quarter. I was born just outside of it,
I,
down south-ish area.
speaking of the French bit of New Orleans, I recently got to try gumbo for the first time, and oh,
How
it
was it?
was
Was it authentic? Was it authentic
well,
though?
my mom made it, so uh,
Oh, but
I
was it
don't.
authentic?
Here's the problem with that is that I don't know. I've never had it before, so I don't know what
Okay, I will
qualifies as
make you gumbo.
authentic.
I will make you the true pride Louisianan. I will make you gumbo.
Does it does it have to have okra in it? I do you can
It
you
doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to. Okay. This is
No.
one thing I
Lots of
talked to
people
my
make it
mom
without okra.
about. This is one thing I talked to my mom about. She didn't want to try gumbo for a long time because she thought it had to have okra in it, and she doesn't like okra. She thinks it's slimy and gross.
Oh no, it is. It's slimy and gross. I don't like okra either.
Yeah, but
But when my mom makes gumbo, it never has okra in it.
mm,
I think it just depends on what you make it. Like
this
oh.
this was all I can tell you is I don't know if it's authentic or not, but whatever my mom made was absolutely stellar. It was delicious, and I want to have it again soon. Uh,
Yeah, I will definitely make you authentic though, just so you could try it. Do you handle
absolutely.
spice well?
Yes.
Okay, good. Authentic gumbo is very spicy. We use spicy sausages and all that, and everything in it is spicy, 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 spicy.
I'll put it to you this way. When I was in college, in my dorm, I grew habanero peppers. So I had like a little
Oh,
box, and I
I
just grew.
love habanero peppers.
Yeah, and so I ate one. I ate one as is in front of everyone. They expected me to like cry, and I didn't flinch a muscle.
Good.
And they're like, "How is it? Is it the most painful thing ever?" And I'm like, "It's really hot. What do you think?"
I mean, it's,
it's
it's it's it's spicy, but it's good.
yeah. Uh, anyway, that's the crazy thing I did. No. uh, what's something you make that you're proud of, or what's something you've made that you're proud of?
I sew my own clothing, and I
Oh,
sew dresses and stuff like that. And I've even made a couple blankets. I'm currently learning how to make quilts. My mom's teaching me. Um, so I sew. That's my proudest moment.
that's
I've
fantastic.
made I've made skirts, I've made dresses, I've made pants, I've
S-
made shirts.
So tell me, did you learn because you wanted to do cosplay, and so you're like you sew to
Yep.
make your own outfits? There you
Yep.
go. Makes perfect sense.
A lot of cosplayers do sew their own outfits, fun fact. I mean, you can buy on the internet, but most of the time they will come in way too big or way too small. And so learning to sew is very much a skill you need to learn.
Hmm.
And also hairstyling, you should become a hairstylist.
Yeah, I know. I would be terrified to learn on a wig,
Actually,
because
it's easier to learn on a wig than it is on a person,
mm,
because if you're learning on like actual real hair, the person's moving around. The
yeah,
wig, you can buy another wig. Like, you know,
yeah.
you can't fix somebody's hair. Which is why a lot of hairdressers do learn on wigs.
Hmm. I'm only talking. I'm just thinking about this because there's a cosplay that if I've never done it before, but if I was to do it, I kind of think in the back of my mind how I would go about it. Uh,
What cosplay is that?
have you ever seen Mushishi?
I have not.
It's a very good show. It's very laid back, very low key. If and it's kind of an anthology of a sort. And it
Yeah.
and it's the main character's name is Ginkgo, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and he's very and he's like the most chill person. He is the perfect person to have in emergency because he's seen it all. And so I would like to dress as him sometime. Uh, so let me see here. Sorry. What is something that you might describe as magical?
Um, in what way do you mean this? I meant to ask that earlier.
Hmm. This is a new question, so I'm kind of workshopping it a little bit. But I would say that
Hmm.
something that perhaps you have witnessed in your lifetime, that you felt a real sense of magic in that moment.
My mom and just like her the way she handles everything like relationship wise,
Hmm.
children, I think truly she is a very strong woman, and um she definitely is very magical. She's like fairy godmother magical.
Nice.
I say as my model freezes. She she is very very magical person and
Hmm.
very strong, and I want to be like her when I grow up.
Nice. Uh, so, what's the most beautiful place you've ever seen?
Uh, I've been to a um what's it called? Oh my god, wait. Hold on. Yosemite. That's what it's called. I was like,
Yes.
what is it called? What is it called? Oh my god. Yosemite is very gorgeous. Um, I've been there twice.
Hmm. Out of curiosity,
Yep.
when you go out that way, do you drive there?
No, I don't drive.
Hmm.
I my well, you're probably asking in a way like, does somebody drive? And yes, somebody drives. I don't drive.
Well, no, yeah, yeah. I was gonna ask because that's one thing that I've always kind of like been curious about is like the road trip, the really
Mhm.
long road trip where you travel halfway across the country, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hmm. So, here's one that you've all but answered already, but I'll ask it anyway. Would you ever talk to a stranger unprompted in a public setting?
No.
There you go.
No. I am very introverted. I don't like talking to people. I don't like going out. I like
Okay.
being at home alone.
Okay. What's your earliest memory?
Um, like I said, I think one of my earliest memories, like I said earlier in this call,
Mm-hmm.
one of my earliest memories is like my mom talking about her childhood.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um, it's something that she always used to talk to me about and be like,
Hmm.
"Don't do this, don't do that. I did this before," and like stuff like that. And My mom gives advice like candy to babies. It's very yeah. And I think like my very first memory is with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Um if I go back all the way back when I was young.
Yep.
My very first memory is of when I was 7 years old and my mom took me out to go get ice cream.
Wow.
I don't some bad things had happened and I'm not going to talk about them because
Yep.
we're recording,
Of
but
course.
she had brought me out and she was like, you are amazing, you are you, and she just gave me so much praise and so much authenticity, and it definitely stuck with me for a while. She got me ice cream every week after that. It was very good, but that was definitely my first memories of my mom talking to me and just setting me down and being like, what happened was not okay. It should not happen. You are very strong, you're very amazing, you are
Mm,
very beautiful, like stuff like that, and just giving me that time and that energy that a mom should give to their child, I think is just amazing. And my mom did so amazing with it, and she handled the situation gorgeously
mm,
and very she she handled the situation very well
mm.
for a mother.
Um,
Mhm.
so, what's your favorite and least favorite months of the year?
My favorite month of the year is July
Mm-hmm.
because it's summer and it's my birthday.
Oh.
And then my least favorite, January, I think. Just because, like, you're starting over, you're starting the new year, and it's cold, it's gross. And then you get, like, I don't know, taxes. that's a, that's definitely a new one since I became an adult. But I
Oh
hate
yeah.
taxes.
Oh. Oh, they don't get any better. So, here we go. What's your favorite thing you've ever cooked yourself?
Gumbo, or my mom taught me how to make this like really good pie,
Mm-hmm.
and I love eating it. It's so good.
What kind?
Excuse me. It's like a Frito pie. It's very white. I know, my bad.
I've
But
I've never had Frito pie. What?
it's basically like, you know those chips that are like the Fritos.
Yes.
You throw them on the bottom, and then you put like meat, your choice of cheese, your choice of like if you want beans or if you don't want beans.
Oh.
And then you just keep layering it and layering it with like toppings and condiments and stuff until you get to the very top of your pan, and then you throw it in the oven after it's all cooked, and then you cook it a little longer, and then you put cheese on top, and it's so delicious.
This is. I'm looking at pictures of it now. It looks like it. It it looks like something I would simultaneously describe as disgusting but also delicious. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks gross, but you think it would be good, you know?
Like I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know if I want to eat this, but I know that if I did, I'd eat the whole thing.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you'd eat that whole entire thing, but it looks gross. Like, it's like beans on toast for freaking people from the UK,
Yep.
okay? It's gross to us because we're like, ew, beans on toast. But you know that if you actually ate beans on toast, you'd eat the shit out of that.
Okay. Okay. On the other side, what's the worst thing you've ever cooked yourself?
Um, I did mess up Mother's Day cooking a couple years ago, and
Mm-hmm.
I since redeemed myself with a better version of it. But it was sriracha shrimp tacos,
Ooh.
where it's like sriracha cream with shrimp, tacos, everything, all 9 yards. And the reason why I messed it up was because I was in a very bad space back then, and I was very constantly on my phone, and I hated talking to people, and I was bitchy person, okay? And so I cooked it because I wanted to make my mom feel better, but I didn't actually put all my like energy into it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did it just to do it, instead of actually caring to do it. And
Mm.
so it turned out really horrible. But then I redeemed myself last year and I made it was so good. But yeah. Anyway.
Nice. Okay, so you find $50 in the street and there's nobody around to claim it. What do you buy with it?
uh I thought about this for a while. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Uh,
It was
it
like
can I just say this is one of my favorite questions because I personally think it can you can learn a lot about people from it. But the thing is
uh-huh.
that there are so many different ways that people kind of like accidentally don't know how to interpret it or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
And I'm
I
trying to
can't.
interpret it the way you mean it.
Yeah, because I can't tell you how many people are like, oh well, I would just because I first asked it as you find $50 in the street, what do you buy with it? And they'll say, oh well, I would just give it back to the person who lost it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not the point. Okay,
Yeah.
you find fifty
I
bucks.
think
Sorry, you find $50 in the street. There's nobody around to claim it. What do you buy with it?
okay. So honestly, I feel like the answer most people probably answer is they just leave it there. But honestly,
Well,
I
the
really don't know
idea
what I do.
the idea is that you generate $50 of windfall, basically.
Hmm.
And a lot of
Well,
people,
honest.
the most common, I'll tell you right now, the most common answer people give is save it. Which I'm
Yeah.
like is nice, it's smart, but it's not really in the spirit of the question, I don't think.
Yeah. No, it's not in the spirit of question. So I'm like, what would I do with it? Um, I think I'd probably give it to. Okay, I do a lot of charity stuff, and I
Mm-hmm.
do put my own money towards charity. So
Nice.
I think honestly, what I would do if I just randomly got $50 would put it towards a charity that I'm currently like a part of.
Can you say the charity, or is that too much?
It's a personal charity over where I'm living, so I prefer not to.
Gotcha. Uh, what animal would
But
you?
I do a lot towards like St. Jude's and stuff like that. If that
Oh, of course.
kind of answers your question, like
Yeah,
St. Jude's hospital ones.
I yeah I've done St. Jude's in the past. They're a good one.
Yeah, yeah. It's just the current one I'm doing is like specific to the area I'm living in, and
Yeah.
I don't want to out myself.
No, 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 no. I understand 100%. Uh, what
Yeah.
what animal would you most like to see in the wild?
Okay. I love. I've already seen it. I love seeing meerkats.
Hmm.
Meerkats are my favorite animal to ever exist in this world. They're so adorable. They're so cute. And I've already seen it out in the wild, but I
Mm-hmm.
want to see them more often. They're freaking gorgeous animals. They're just so pretty.
They aren't that. I mean, are
I've,
they? Because the only meerkats I know of are the ones in Africa. Did have you been to Africa, or is this like, or is this something that
no,
exists
no,
in the
no. I've seen
U.S.?
them in I've seen them in zoos, but that's not really
Gotcha.
wild. Um, Definitely do want to see them in their own habitat though, which would be in Africa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is why I said that one because it is something that I would love to see, but I probably won't ever see.
I've never been to a zoo. Believe it or not, they are not common around New England. Hmm. Anyway, if you could wake up with one talent tomorrow, what would it be?
Um, Dancing, cause I sing already, and I would love to be able to dance.
Nice. Uh, which decade's aesthetic vibes with you the most?
Um, okay, this is kind of a hard one
Mm-hmm.
because I'm very futuristic punk.
Okay.
Um, but I also have a lot of 90s in me
Hmm.
because that's when I was growing up, was 90s to early 2000s.
So here's a question for you. What element of the '90s style? Because there were a few of them. What element of '90s
You know that
style?
like
Like, would it be grunge or would it be like?
it would be like oh, I just changed my outfit.
Oh, yes, you did.
Oopsie. I was searching something up.
Oops.
Here you go. Sorry about that.
Oh
Sorry
no no
about
no
that.
no. No, it's fine.
I would say like the streetwear of the 90s.
Mm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like the bucket hats, the
Yep.
the like
So
oh,
like the
a lot of
skater
people back
punk.
then wore that like yeah, skater punk, that's what it is. A lot
Okay.
of people wore like the like oh, what are they called? Those like jackets? You know what I'm
Mm.
talking about? Like the mm. And like back in the 90s was whenever we first started getting growing like was right before the low-waisted jeans. And I
Mm.
wear a lot of those like 90s mom jeans, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
Like I wear a lot of that. And like tank tops and stuff like the street punk wear like you're talking about like the definitely like that would be my style, I think.
Mm.
Either that or like a lot of like futuristic stuff.
You want to hear something weird? And this is a bit of a side
Mm.
tangent. I was at the mall earlier today, and I looked in the women's section. They had a lot of what appeared to be '50s era dresses.
Oh my god, did they? That's so cool.
Yeah, maybe '50s style is coming back. That would be that's. I would not have expected that. Man. Anyway, do you collect anything?
Okay, I have a duck army, and I've been waiting for this question because I have a duck army, and I love my little tiny duck army. I have one, two, three, four, five big gigantic. I had to count them. I have five big gigantic shelves full of ducks, and then on my bed I have like this headboard that has like this railing on it, and it's
Mm.
like a little. It has like my charging port. It has a just like a little place spot where I could put stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a bunch of little tiny ducks there. I can send you pictures later if you want. But I
I'd
have
love
a
to
duck
see them.
RV.
Is
I
it
collect little tiny
is
ducks.
it? Do you mean like rubber ducks, that kind of thing?
Yes. So the shelving is all full of rubber ducks,
Mm-hmm.
and then the my headboard is full of like the 3D printed ducks, like the little
Gotcha.
tiny ones. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Not entirely sure, but like if it looks like a rubber duck, I do get that. But so uh, I will ask, are you a Jeep owner, perchance?
A what?
A Jeep owner?
A Jeep owner? I don't own a car.
Oh, I ask, are you familiar with ducking the Jeep?
I am not.
This will be a treat for you then. There is this weird thing that people do where if you own a Jeep, they will put rubber ducks on top of the Jeep. And so if you drive around and you notice people driving Jeeps, you may see on their dashboards lots and lots of rubber ducks. And that's just rubber ducks that people left on their car over the years.
Hmm. I see. I will definitely have to look that up later. Because now I'm curious.
And my final question for the interview: what smell reminds you of home?
Um, honestly, anything like food. My mom cooks a lot, and so It's like tacos, like anything beef. My mom makes much tacos all the time, and definitely anything meat wise is something that I'll be like instantly reminded of home, and I'm like, oh, that smells so good.
Nice.
But I've never lived away from home because I have epilepsy, so
Mm.
I can't drive and I can't really be away from people. And
Hmm.
so when I'm with my mom and she like talks about stuff like that and talks about when she cooks stuff like that, it's like so nostalgic because I used to eat the shit out of tacos.
Oh, that's wonderful. So that's all I have for the interview today. Thank you very much for doing this with me. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Yes. It was so fun. Thank you. My first interview.
And if you're in the audience right now, I will be linking all of Aelia's various socials in the description to this video, as well as in the side chat. And thank you very much for coming out, and I hope to see you again soon. And with that, I was your host, Jack Jinseki, and joining me today was Aelia. Bye bye, everybody.